The Palace, the Press, and the Kate Middleton boring saga. Imagine this: Kate Middleton, the future Queen of England, being painted as giddy as a puppy dog, tail wagging, eyes wide, at the prospect of being seen with Donald Trump. Really? That was Amanda Platell's picture of the Princess of Wales, overexcited, desperate, almost childlike in her anticipation of tiaras and state dinners. They always infantilize Kate. I don't know why it's so annoying, but Jesus, she really behaves that way, so maybe that's why. The insult was sharp. The headline was brutal. William and Kate, the Prince and Princess of Boring. Platell declared they needed to stop sulking in the shadows and take a leaf out of Harry's book. It was a rare stinging attack from within the Press Pact that usually hails Kate as untouchable, the perfect princess who can do no wrong. Yes, remember they always say, she never puts a foot wrong. She's ridiculous, right? No one is perfect. But then, within hours, everything changed. Platell's tone flipped from icy criticism to syrupy apology. Suddenly, she was disgusted with herself for daring to call Kate boring. And she's correct in calling Kate boring, but something happened. We want to guess what? We want to guess, is there some palace maneuvering? Is there the press doing everything that the palace want, adhering to the press, to the palace? It's happening, right? And we can see it clear. Harry told us that's how they do it. We see it right in front of our eyes. Suddenly, she was choking on her words, begging forgiveness, insisting she never should have said it. What happened? A single call from Kensington Palace. That's all it took. I guess she wasn't going to be invited into those WhatsApp group anymore, and they were going to leave her out. So come on, she need to play. She needs to be in the middle, but more on the royal side. So yes, she got a call from Kensington Palace. That bald-headed William must have said, "Are you freaking kidding me? Don't do that." You know, he's incandescent with rage. The power of the palace. We keep on talking about it. Nobody should kid themselves here. The world of royal reporting isn't as free or open as it seems. The stakes are always high. The palace doesn't need to scream to get its way. Its influence is subtle, leaks, but it's always present, looming over every headline. It doesn't even need to issue an official statement. Silence can be just as commanding as words, especially when it comes from behind palace gates. The mechanics are discreet but powerful. A quiet word from a palace aide can change an entire narrative. A stern reminder behind the scenes is often enough to shift the tone. And the constant threat of losing access to royal events, access to maybe a photo at Christmas, a Christmas card, access to royal staff, royal scoops, keeps every journalist cautious, keep them on their toes. They are bought. So when you see things in the paper and everybody pushing the same narrative, these journalists are bought and sold to the highest bidder. And the highest bidder in this case is Kensington Palace and the royals. That's the pressure that keeps columnists like Amanda Platell in line. You better check yourself, Amanda, before you wreck yourself. That's what they're saying to you. And sure enough, she folded faster than you could imagine. Her sharp critique crumbled under palace weight, replaced overnight with sugary praise. First, Kate was boring, yawn, snooze, Trump's puppy dog. Then the very next day, Kate was glowing, misunderstood, too beloved to critique. Platell's sudden self-loathing wasn't spontaneous. It was orchestrated, a direct result of palace pressure. Someone at Kensington Palace had clearly had enough and yanked the leash. We know it was William. William is feuding with them, is annoyed, is upset. Harry had such a great time in UK, a great time overall, and William is just so dull. Amanda, I'm going to continue from your first article. They are dull. Don't apologize. They are dull and boring, uninteresting. No one cares about them. The double standard, Kate versus Meghan. And yet, where was that same protection or protective hand when Meghan Sussex was being hounded day after day, story after story? When Meghan was attacked with headlines like Duchess Difficult, Hurricane Meghan, and Upstart American, where was that quick palace phone call to shut it down? Nowhere. Meghan was left in the fire while the palace looked the other way, as if her suffering was a necessary sacrifice. The double standard is glaring, and it proves exactly what Harris has always said. There is an invisible contract, the invisible contract, guys. One that shields some and feeds others to the wolves. Kate gets rescued with a single phone call. Meghan gets abandoned. Platell's grovel and palace propaganda. But Platell didn't just apologize. She went further, groveling so hard it bordered on parody. Her apology column reads like palace propaganda. She painted Kate as a shining star of Trump's upcoming visit, the tiara-polished hostess, the glamorous counterpiece at dinner. Platell even suggested Trump was thrilled to have Kate at the spotlight. But here's the thing, Trump never said that. There's no record of him ever praising Kate in that way. It was pure invention. A fantasy conjured up to undo her earlier critique and win back Palace favor. And then came the old tabloid trick. Balance the scale. Praise Kate, attack Harry. So she's going back now into attack mode. By the end of her groveling column, Platell had pivoted neatly back to the tired and true formula. Prop up Kate, drag Harry and Meghan. Predictable, right? Tiresome and so transparent. We know it was going to happen. It was just about time. Boring or untouchable. But let's pause here. Was Platell wrong the first time? Was calling William and Kate boring really so outrageous? Not at all. It wasn't cruel. It was an observation. Their events are choreographed, their appearances repetitive, their sparkle manufactured. They represent stability, yes, but stability as a dull edge. Ribbon cuttings, polite smiles, stiff speeches, none of it is riveting. The real embarrassment wasn't in saying it. The real embarrassment wasn't in saying it. The embarrassment was in retreating from it. Platell didn't just lose her nerve. She lost her credibility. She threw away the one thing columnists are supposed to trade on, conviction. That means they're just writing ad-lib. They're just writing whatever everybody, wherever the wind blows, that's how they... She only did this because maybe Liz was coming down. There are other... we know about Tom Sykes. From every now and again, he's going to speak the truth. And she was feeling some sort of pressure to maybe come out and say anything. But there's no conviction there. They don't have any sense of conviction. They just go where the wind blows. Go where the wind blows. The invisible contract, as we have always said, have been exposed. This entire episode is the clearest proof yet of what Prince Harry has claimed all along. An invisible contract exists between the palace and the press. It protects some and it sacrifices others. Kate gets rescued. Meghan was left to drown in a tidal wave of cruelty. Platell's grovel is Exhibit A in how the system really works. Protection isn't universal, it's selective. We know about they select the heir, right? The heir and his wife, I guess. And apologies aren't genuine, they're strategic. Let's line it up. Kate was called boring. Platell described her as a Trump overexcited puppy. Kensington Palace stepped in. Platell reversed course at lightning speed, apologizing so hard she nearly fell on her knees. Kate was protected. Meghan was left to burn. And of course, the grovel piece still found time to attack Harry, because that's the script, always the script. The fragility of the British press. What this saga really exposes is the fragility of the press, the British press and the press in general. Commentators like Platell talk tough when they think they're untouchable. But the moment the palace flexes its muscles, the tough talk vanishes. Suddenly, apologies flow like water, flattery drips like honey. Criticism is buried under silence. It also reveals the monarchy's PR machine for what it is: ruthless, selective, and deeply invested in protecting certain images while sacrificing others without hesitation. The system bends over backwards to guard Kate's reputation, yet it allowed Meghan's to be threaded without mercy. For all the palace's claims of transparency and modernity, it remains a master of backroom deals and invisible strings, pulling them with precision. And the media, far from being independent watchdogs, they play along because access matters more than honesty. Access matters more than truth. The systemic truth, Amanda Platell's humiliation wasn't just personal, it was systemic. It revealed the truth that's been hiding in plain sight. Platell can choke on her groveling words all she wants, but the truth doesn't change. William and Kate are boring. Meghan was fed to the wolves, and the palace still pulls the strings of the press, pretending those strings don't exist. In the end, Amanda Platell didn't just fold, she crumbled on cue, exactly as the palace wanted. And that, more than anything, tells us everything you need to know about the so-called invisible contract. Yes, guys, that we have been talking about. So, guys, I was listening to another YouTube, and I got this one, and I just found it so interesting what he was saying, because, yes, it is everything he said in this piece. It's so true. And I just believe that the invisible contract is being exposed day after day after day. So guys, that's what I wanted to bring you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a beat. Bye.